go whatever way I want. You don't
So I mean, you was starting to worry because.
Watch as Karen's entitled antics take a wild turn and face instant karma in real time. The immediate consequences of her actions are both shocking and satisfying. Don't miss this unforgettable moment of payback. Our story begins on a sunny afternoon in a crowded parking lot. Cars are jostling for space and the parking lot is bustling with peoples. But as we'll see, not everyone wants a peaceful getaway. The video was recorded on July 21st, 2023, started with Karen arrived. Drive a shiny luxury SUV, clearly used to being pampered. She parked in a slightly cramped spot, encroaching on the space next to her. The camera catches her smirking as she gets out, seemingly oblivious to the inconvenience she's causing. Meet Steve, a hard-working guy trying to find a parking spot. He spots a tight spot next to Karen's SUV and tries to maneuver his car into it. Unfortunately, the spot is so tight that he can barely park without scratching Karen's car. Frustration begins to build as Steve decided to approach Karen. He knocked on her window, hoping to resolve the matter amicably. But what happened next was anything but peaceful.
I'll go whatever way I want. You don't run this. You don't run this. You don't run this. Yeah, I do. That's why I just pulled up in here. That's why I just pulled up in here. That's why I just pulled in here. Yeah, I know.
Keep going.
I know, and I will.
I can take pictures.
There's nothing you're going to do about it. There's nothing she can do about it. But there's nothing you can do about it.
Karen got out of the car and her annoyance was evident from the start. Steve politely explained that her parking was preventing him from parking properly and asked if she could move the car to the right a little. She immediately retorted that his not parking had nothing to do with her. The conversation quickly turned sour. Steve tried to reason with her, but Karen's self-righteousness was evident. She refused to budge and instead began making sarcastic comments about Steve's car and his driving skills.
There's nothing
And
you can
nothing you can do about it either.
There's nothing you can do about it.
I bet the cops
There's
can.
nothing you can do about it. The police ain't gonna do nothing either.
Wanna bet?
The police ain't gonna do nothing
Try
either.
me.
I'll be over here all the time.
911.
I'll be over here all the time. I know you're harassing people. That's
No,
annoying.
you're harassing.
You know you are. You came outside. You've
I've been
here.
outside.
I don't give a fuck. I got family that live here.
Then follow the rules.
I don't have to fucking. You don't set the rule.
As the argument intensified, Karen's niece, a young woman with an equally aggressive demeanor, appeared. Tensions rose as she joined the fight, siding with her grandmother without hesitation. The situation escalated quickly. Karen's niece's comments about Steve's car and his appearance added fuel to the fire.
That's what you stop doing. That's what you need to stop doing.
My granddaughter's black. And
I don't give a I don't give a She ain't black. She ain't black. She ain't black. Shut the You think you the shit. You think you the shit. You half-breed motherfucker. You a cracker just like her. You better do something with that shit on the top. Look raggedy.
What started as an argument about parking turned into a personal attack on Steve's character and vehicle. Despite Steve's best efforts to remain calm, the insults continued. Karen accused him of being a bad driver and even implied that he was overweight, turning the argument into a full-blown personal attack. The video ends as the argument continues.
Don't come out here looking all crazy and shit. Can't keep her in this motherfucker. Like I said, I got family that live here. I all I want. I don't need to come in the right way. Every fucking way I want. You run this motherfucker. I don't give a. Apparently, you see I'm still sitting here. You see I'm still sitting here. Why are you out here? Grown woman's talking, so take your little ass upstairs. What the you do? Little ass kid? No, you're not. No, you're not. You's a little ass kid, and I can tell. Bitch,
fuck you.
Talking about,
bro. Here for what?
Cause I the bitches.
Here for what?
Yeah, I know. Cause I can do whatever the.
Legally, the actions of the grandmother and niece constituted a violation of the law of taking personal property since she parked her car in a public right-of-way and in a public parking lot. In Florida statutes, 810 section 09 states that if the offender disregards an order to leave given directly to the offender by the owner of the premises or her authorized representative, or if the offender knowingly takes the vehicle, the offender is guilty of a misdemeanor of the first degree. This shows that Karen's actions would result in serious legal charges if she did not move her car elsewhere. Our second story begins in a crowded airport terminal. The excitement and tension of travel is palpable as passengers jostle through the gates. But among the weary passengers, one individual is about to make headlines for all the wrong reasons. On June 23, 2023, in a bustling shoe store in Florida, it all started with a disagreement. The woman with striking red hair and a determined expression was arguing with another customer. Witnesses would later describe her demeanor as that of a classic Karen assertive, demanding and unwilling to back down. As the argument continued, the red-haired woman grew more agitated.
Can I record this?
let me go. You're doing all that on you. I've been on YouTube and I'm gonna drop your president. Bitch, another
And then without warning, things took a turn for the worse. The red-haired woman, now fully embodying what some might call a Karen, decided to escalate the situation in the most aggressive way possible. And she rushed forward, her fist swinging, aiming directly at the other woman.
Drop, bitch! Drop, bitch!
Oh!
Her intention was clear: to subdue her opponent, to dominate the situation, and to prove that she would not be ignored. But the other woman was not about to be easily subdued. She reacted quickly, defending herself against the sudden attack. The two women began to grapple, their shouts filling the store. Customers nearby, shocked by the sudden violence, instinctively moved to intervene, trying to separate the two.
Oh my God, this nigga yup.
That's what you ain't gonna do. Get the fuck out my son.
Hey, follow me on Twitter.
Customers began to back away, some out of fear, others simply to avoid getting caught in the fray. But the red-haired woman did not stop. Her actions grew more erratic and aggressive with each passing moment, as if she was determined to create as much disruption as possible.
They tripping. I swear to God, bro. You going to jail now?
Frustration boiled over. A few of the customers moved in, some grabbing her arms, others shouting for her to stop. But the Karen would not be subdued easily. She continued to thrash about, screaming at those around her, seemingly oblivious to the chaos she had caused. As the struggle continued, the other woman, along with some of the customers, had no choice but to defend themselves more forcefully. Punches were thrown, and the red-haired woman found herself on the receiving end. Her aggressive behavior had pushed people too far, and they were now responding in kind. Under Florida Penal Code Section 784.03, battery is defined as intentionally touching or assaulting another person without their consent or causing bodily injury. The penalties for this crime can vary depending on the severity. If no weapon is involved or serious injury is not caused, battery can be prosecuted as a first-degree misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of 1 year in prison and a fine of up to $1,000. In the final case, we will follow an extremely tense situation when a drunk Karen gets in a car and causes trouble on the road. See how everything happened and how karma found her. On March 14, 2024, on a Florida road, patrol officers spotted a car driving erratically. The car stopped, and it turned out that the driver was none other than a female sergeant in the same department. This twist made the situation more complicated. And from the start, the interaction between the woman and the officers was tense. You could hear the woman expressing disbelief and frustration when she was asked to get out of the car. Her reaction was a mix of confusion and defiance. She asked multiple times if the officers were serious about arresting her, clearly uncomfortable with the officer's request.
Come out the car. Are you serious?
I'm good.
Are you serious?
I'm good.
Come to the back of the car. Are you serious? You see how you're driving?
I have a friend with me.
Smith. All right, gonna be performing some field sobriety testing today, okay?
As the situation progressed, the officers explained that they needed to perform field sobriety tests. These tests are standard procedure to determine if a driver is impaired. Initially agreeing, the woman became increasingly uncooperative. She questioned the need for the test and even refused to take off her shoes, which is part of the procedure.
Are you willing to take these tests?
Absolutely.
Are you wearing any contacts? So what about your okay. Any injuries or anything like that? All right, so first thing we're gonna do, I need.
So I mean, you start a sobriety test because there's tattoo?
Yes, they advised me that Miramar is coming to take over.
Yes, it told you. Okay.
I mean, I started and now.
So in the middle of sobriety, conflict of interest?
I don't know.
The video captures moments of attempted sobriety testing, but the girl's behavior raised alarm bells. Her reluctance to follow instructions and obvious signs of impairment prompted the officers to escalate the situation. Her refusal to comply with the test made it clear that this was not a routine traffic stop.
I still gotta write this shit up.
My phone is
That's gonna be totally up. Is your badge in there? Where's your license on?
Yeah, they female. No. Just put it in the car and fucking.
Somebody you want to give your jewelry and stuff? License?
I don't know if I got my license. I got my license. I got my license.
You have a police badge, a police ID? Oh, like your 55 cent.
In my drawing home. Hold on right there. Picture.
Keisha.
All her name. I'll take my chain off. My earring, my dog.
You just take all the jewelry off.
All the way. So she refused everything? Okay.
I didn't ask you for the drug test yet.
Okay.
But she's probably gonna refuse that as well.
Yeah, she refused.
This situation became more serious when the girl refused to provide her badge or driver's license. This refusal only added to the difficulty of the arrest. Her actions showed a mixture of defiance and denial, making the job of her colleagues even more difficult. Ultimately, her refusal to submit to the test and provide identification led to her arrest. The officers immediately placed her in handcuffs to restrain her. By driving recklessly while intoxicated, this woman violated Florida Statute Section 316.193. Driving under the influence DUI, a person is considered to be driving while intoxicated if their blood alcohol concentration back is 0.08% or higher, or if they are impaired by drugs or alcohol to the extent that their normal faculties are impaired. Depending on the severity of the case, violators can face up to 6 months in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. This incident is a stark reminder of the importance of accountability, regardless of one's position. It is a prime example of how even those sworn to law enforcement can find themselves held accountable. The video captures a raw, unedited view of this unusual situation. That's the last part. The behavior of those women is crazy, right? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to be the first to receive interesting news. Thanks for all your support.